Hey guys, welcome to another one of my video, and today I'll be going through the updated deck list for my EVA deck with the new PR card, which is really fucking expensive, but the price did drop. It's still really expensive. So yeah, for the right line, it's the usual EVA right line, the grade 0 EVA, and of course you need the grade 1 EVA since running from the grade 0 to grade 1 such as UE. This is you one of the research order, and since we have the grade 1 research order, we can search for it and then play immediately on our first turn. And the grade 2 again searches for the research order as well, and then our grade 3 because we're playing the grade 3 EVA. For me playing the grade 3 EVA because we're playing the EVA deck list, of course we're playing the grade 3 EVA. For grade 3, of course we'll be playing 3 personal ride because personal riding is fucking strong. Draw 1, front with 10k, we all know how that works in premium. How the colony, we don't want to talk about it. Then of course be playing 4 off states because your main bid stake, your main win con 23k beetle 2 crit on turn 3 now instead of the 18k because of the new grade 1 order. The grade 1 order really helps the decks so a lot, especially to like rushing now. Because EVA went, how I feel is that EVA went from like a more grinding deck to like a more rushing deck now. It's how I build this deck to be. I'm still a bit like not used to it because I'm more used to the grinding playstyle of EVA, but I'm getting the hang of it now, the more rushing playstyle. But I still play like one tech copy of Diesel Large, just like stop and floodgate my opponent if they're like playing Stoichia decks, or even decks that will just cough and draw like Balzagra because that one trick move is really annoying because it could be like really fat. So I can just play it on like turn, if I win first, I can just play her. And then my opponent, since my Balzagra doesn't have like the 2 equipment, they will just soul plus 1 to cause something out. It could do surcharge of 1 and cause something out like a trick move or something else. Then you just rest it out. So they like lost a booster. Because Balzagra has like a 13k booster now, so I could just like rest that 13k booster so that the lowest like slightly lower so for that turn as well. So yeah, it's really good. And since I can just play one, since I could just like put it back with second as well. Of course, then for grade 2, of course we'll be playing 4 of the grade 2 research order. It's the usual, the draw 1, discard 1, then there's 3 or more research order, so plus 1 to bind one of the bones record. Again, because of the grade 1, we get to use the second effect quick faster and more often now because we don't have to like play 2 and then just play like the third one and the fourth one just to like bind twice. Since we just play the grade 1 and the grade 1 again, so we have like more binding cards and binding options available instead of just 2. So we have 4 now. So yeah. Also you deck up less because of the new research order because you don't just draw so much, they just deck out faster. You deck out less faster now. Then you play 3 Combine Rusher, the new card from DPT06. The first skill is Auto Rear. When this unit attacks a grade 3 or greater, if you have 2 or more set order in your order zone, for this battle, this unit gets plus 10k, which makes it like a 20k big stake with your going second on your auto turn. And the second effect is auto drop. If when you play a set order card onto your order zone from your hand, CB1, call this card to real. At first I didn't like this card because of the second skill, like CB1 is quiet, but after trying I was like, it's not that bad. And then CB1 isn't really that like much, even though in EVA you CB2 or CB3 like in one turn. But because of new order and even Bobo Mine, you can just use it like quite often but not all the time. Okay, because you still have to save your resources as well. And also it being like a 20k beef stick is really fucking good as well. As like your secondary attacker before you call obstacle. Just you whack with 1, then you have like another one or have an obstacle on the second column or the second row, attack, then you just call another one from EVA skill to attack again. You're like quite big now. So it's try like EVA is not a rushing deck. More than grinding deck right now. Of course, the most deck list I've seen play 4 copy of him, but let's play 3 since I feel more comfortable with like that 1 is large, but you can still remove how to play like the 4th copy of Combine Rusher. like most people do. So you don't really have to pay this large. You can just like remove her for Command Rusher for like a more Russian deck. But let's play one again because I more scared for like sort of KI decks or other decks. So just as a floodgate to stop them. And also as like a retire target for them. Because when they see Hazel, I should be scared. So just retire her instead of my other regards like Command Rusher if I don't have Offside on the field. Since Offside can't be retired anyways because of the new research order, which is over here at 4 copy, obviously. Some people like those like budget players, they will say like 1 is fine or even 2. Yeah, if 1 or 2 is fine, but like you still want to use it for the CC. But if you only play 1, you can't really CC or hack in the soul, right? Because then your obstacle will be vulnerable to Tyrant, and you have less research order as well. So for me, it's like I decided to play 3 or play 4. 3 is like the minimum that you must play, and 4 is like the best if you can. So yeah, the first effect is just you can only play this card if you're hang out with Eva and Glitter. I guess to stop like people who wants to play fucking, I don't know, I guess. Yeah, maybe there's gonna be Eva in the future without a Glitter. Who knows? The first effect is continuous order zone. All of your breakout with obstacle cannot be retired by opponent's card effects, which is really fucking strong. That means your object cannot be retired, cannot be touched apart from being bind or prison. Bind is really the most annoying thing, but prison is fine because you can still call it out and it gets the crit, so it's fine, making like more strong scarier. But we do lose our interceptor, but we lose defense for offense, you know. And the second effect is act order zone. If you have 4 or more research order in your order zone, I put this card to soul. Put this card to soul. CC 1. Choose an obstacle. Choose a card with obstacle in its card name and return it to your hand. You basically just recycle the obstacle which you intercepted with or guarded with, then just put it back to your hand. Yeah. Good card. Fucking really good card. CC soul. Put the obstacle back to your hand. Then you can either call it out or you can even just use obstacle to put out your Eva skill to call it from your hand instead of searching your deck. So it's a really fucking good card. Turbos is turn 3 turbos, resource gain, resist, retire resist to obstacle. Really fucking strong but really fucking expensive. So yeah. So for budget plays, I really suggest just maybe just play 2 or 3. 2 or 3. You really budget and you really can't like find or can't find it for cheap. Maybe 3 copies should be fine. But it's still really expensive, but you could try 2 as well. But go against me, it's just 1 or 2 if you really budget. 1 or 2 is fine, but 3 minimum. 3 is like the minimum for like a more optimal, but 4 is usually the best one. And then of course we'll be playing 4 PGs. The Violet Dragon and the Planet War Dragon, because Planet War Dragon is cooler than fucking Violet Dragon. And then of course we need to play the one Elementaria Sensitive because it is fucking good card. It is a Sentinel and you're gonna have 1, which is no balancing issue to balance it out, and also again it's quite expensive as well. The usual cost is you can only play this card if your Vanguard is grade 3 or lower and this card want to play. But if my opponent have triple drive, I do not pay the cost. Choose one of my unit for that turn, it cannot be hit, and then remove this card. It is a very strong card in fucking premium because every fucking opponent will be shredding and every shred has fucking triple drive. So there's a free PG against like in premium, and in standard is basically a free PG against every grade every grade 4 deck, which is what most deck are in the top meta right now. And the thing is it bypasses every fucking guide restrict in the game because it is not play or it is not put or placed on guidance circle. It is played on the order zone, meaning it bypasses guide ratio of 2 or more or having to guard with 2 or more battle door, 3 or more, or cannot break out with grade 1 or greater. A lot of people say that you can't, but you can, because it is A, order zone, B, not on G. It was never placed or put on G. It's played and put on the order zone. So when people ask you, when you play this card, when they say that you can't, tell them to read, or tell them to read the rules again, because that's not how Vanguard works. You are like, Garden Circle is in front, order zone is right here. You do play here as a guardian zone, but again, you just put on order zone just to say that it's on order zone. Now we play 3 Bobo Mine, because we still want our we still want more CC and soul options. 3 is fine. You can remove 1 of 4 to play 4 copies, or you can remove 1 of 4 for the helm. But you can also play, like, for the research order, most people I've seen play 4-4, but quite optimal. But I feel like maybe 4-4 might be too much. You can actually play like 3-3 or even like 4-3, so you can play like 1 more Bobo Mine as well. But yeah, but 4-4 is like the best right now, because the more order zone, the better, so like more chances to get it. And then you do play 2 very changing stars, because more research order means more cards in your order zone, and more cards in order zone means more power for her. Since it's plus 2k per cards in order zone, since you have 8, she plus 2 times 8, she's plus 16k, so 17, 18, 19, 20, 23k if you have all 8, which is not possible, but usually get like 3, the normal 3, or maybe even to like 5. 5 is the highest I got, because the game don't really last that long for me to play like 6 or 7. I'm going to play 2 Secondo. Some decks to play 3, some decks to play 3 or 4, but in some deck, like different fights list plays 1. But for me, I just play 2, because just in case that my order card is in damage / in drop, so I could just, again, because its skill just put a non-trigger unit, so I can put order cards as well. So I can put my order zone back and just, hopefully to draw it back out again, or I could just put upside and put it to the bottom of my deck instead, and call from the deck when even skill, because if I top 3 and then I see triggers, I would rather shuffle my deck instead of just calling it from hand with this one, with the grade 1 order cards. So I say 2 is fine. 2 is a fine number. 1 feels awkward for me, so if I play 2, again, you can remove her to play 3 as well. So yeah. Oh yeah, she also makes a good booster for your All-Stites, or as a secondary beat stick in the later games. Trigger lineup didn't change much. The over trigger, auto breath, for the take out call effect crits, 3 normal crits, and the 4 draws and 4 heals. The heal, I feel like changing the ratio from the 3-1 of 3 base and 1 effect. If I'm playing, maybe like removing 1 for 2-1-1, 2 of the Navi Ram, 1 of the Lady Healer, and then 1 of the Festival Collection effect heals, because I feel like most things now gains crit from their own effect. So maybe like play 2-1-1 should be fine, because I don't really want to play too much, because most deck, I feel like more decks are getting like recent options, so Lady Healer might help in the more like future, while the other Festival Collection heal should be able to help like more currently, because a lot of decks really gain like crit in a more meta. But I think this 3-1 is also fine, because 15k shield has more value at most of the time than like having like a potentially 25k shield. And as for the draw, you can remove it and maybe play fronts, because most deck lists I've seen usually is 7 crit and 4 fronts. But I still play draws because of hand size, because it feels weird playing order zone, playing like 8 orders, so I have to feel like maybe keeping the draws just to draw more cards. But Again, it's more like a grindier version. You can again always remove it for the front, because if you do play front, your offside really be hitting much harder. Since you don't have to choose which one, you could just by front row just get dash 10k. Again, they might do to pass you or want to pass, and the front really helps. So yeah, you can remove the draws for front, but I'm keeping the draw for now. Maybe in the future I might change to front, because I rather want like the discard fodder. Since I don't really play this card as much, so I don't really have to discard much. But usually there's a ditching option for as to like right as to right from the right deck. So yeah, you can definitely change the draw into front. So yeah, it's just the continues the deck list. I guess it didn't change much, but it did change a little bit in terms of like the play style. It went from a bit more grindy version of the deck that like want you to last the game a bit longer to sack more, into more of like a rushing deck that can grind and get stronger by grinding as well. So yeah, you can rush opponent and then you can grind as well. So yeah, again, it is not the like full rush. Full rush is just remove this for like extra combined rusher, or remove one second for like 4. Then you'll be like more similar or more akin to different fight lists. Since I did got inspiration from this list, but I changed it to like how I feel that I feel more comfortable with. Which is why you don't have to copy my list again. My list just show you how I build it, how I think it will work, or not that I think it will, how it worked for me. At first again, it feels weird playing the deck because 8 order. I'm not used to playing 8 orders, because I'll be drawing a bit too much orders. But after a while, I got used to it. So after a while, like a few games, then I got used to it. This card again, pretty good discard fodder half the time against the most matchup. So yeah, and this card is like really good, really fat, and again, the really good card. I don't really know how to use it at first, but now I got used to it. I know how to play it now. Because I mean, I have to, because it's really fucking expensive. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the deck list. And again, hope English wouldn't be this expensive for you guys in the Western market, or even in Australia, or in country that mostly play English. So yeah, thanks for watching and goodbye.